Brothers, today we tackle a powerful enemy, lust. Lust can consume the mind, weaken the spirit, and distance us from God. The Bible commands us to flee from sexual immorality. 1 Corinthians 6:18. This isn't just a suggestion, it's a call to action. Lust might seem like an odd chapter to start with, and the advice given, which is to flee, might seem contradictory to the spirit of fight and steadfast courage asked from the many men in the Bible. So, why not grab your sword and meet lust in battle head-on? The wisdom in the Bible advises fleeing from lust because it recognizes the powerful and often overwhelming nature of this particular temptation. It's a demon wrapping itself in a seductive, beautiful exterior, but hidden inside is a serpent that speaks seductive words laced with death. Rather than engaging with lust directly, which can lead to moral failure or sin, the Bible suggests avoiding situations that may provoke lustful thoughts or actions. In other words, you win this battle by avoiding it and not engaging. Here are a few reasons why fleeing from lust is emphasized. By advising to flee, the Bible acknowledges human vulnerability to this sin and suggests avoidance as a preventive measure. How many temptations are pouring into your social feeds, and how much attention are you giving them? Understand this. Lust thrives on this attention. All your views, all your likes, and all your follows make lust more powerful. Lust's goal is to tempt you and make you stray from God. Instead of engaging in hundreds of random battles, prepare yourself ahead of time by blocking or avoiding potential pitfalls. In the book, Dopamine Nation, by Dr. Anna Lemke, she says that one of the key strategies to manage and avoid unwanted temptations like lust is to practice self-binding. This involves creating barriers between oneself and the sources of temptation to reduce the immediate accessibility and impact of the trigger. Here's how self-binding can be applied to avoid lust. Digital boundaries. Stop visiting apps, websites, or social media that can pose triggering material. Mindless scrolling through TikTok, Instagram, or other apps and websites can lead to dozens or hundreds of micro-temptations that can gather around you like little monsters. At first, a few don't seem too bad. They'll nip at your ankles and vie for your attention. But the longer you let the temptations go unchecked, the larger and more powerful they become. Do not put yourself in a position where they have the power. Take control of the battlefield before entering it. Physical boundaries. Physical places or situations are where you are more likely to encounter triggers. Avoid or minimize opportunities for temptation. Willpower is often compared to a muscle. It can be strengthened with practice, but it can also be depleted if overworked. This concept is explored in Kelly McGonigal's book, The Willpower Instinct, where she explains that managing one's willpower wisely is crucial to avoid situations where it might be unduly strained. It's essential to avoid triggers to conserve willpower. By creating barriers between oneself and sources of temptation, one reduces the immediate accessibility and impact of the trigger. Proverbs 6:27-28. Can a man scoop fire into his lap without his clothes being burned? Can a man walk on hot coals without his feet being scorched? These verses use metaphor to illustrate the dangers of engaging with temptation and the inevitable harm it brings. Engaging directly with lust can lead to rationalization or cognitive dissonance, a psychological theory that suggests that when individuals encounter situations that conflict with their beliefs or values, such as lustful thoughts conflicting with moral principles, they may experience discomfort and try to resolve the inconsistency. This resolution often occurs through rationalization, the slippery slope of moral compromise, and the erosion of your values. In our world today, technology often monopolizes our time and attention. Excessive use of devices, especially for lustful activities, can alter our brain's dopamine systems, leading to addiction and making it harder to resist temptation. By turning off our devices and dedicating quiet time to connect with God, we can break free from these digital chains. Set aside specific times each day to disconnect from technology and connect with God. This disciplined practice can help realign our focus and create a fortified defense against lustful temptations. Jesus often withdrew to lonely places and prayed, Luke 5:16. He rose early in the morning while it was still dark to pray, Mark 1:35. Following his example, we can create a habit of solitude and prayer away from distractions. Philippians 2:6-7 reminds us, do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your requests to God, and the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. Finally, fill your life with purpose. Engage in meaningful work, hobbies, and service. When you're focused on positive, productive activities, there's less room for destructive desires. Ephesians 2:10 says, "For we are God's handwork, created in Christ Jesus to do good works, which God prepared in advance for us to do." Your life has a purpose far greater than succumbing to lust. By focusing your energy on positive and productive activities, you're not just filling your time, you're nourishing your brain, building resilience, and fostering a greater sense of purpose. This can significantly aid in your battle against lust, providing a healthier and more fulfilling alternative to destructive desires. Research in positive psychology emphasizes the role of flow, a state of complete immersion and engagement in an activity. Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi, the psychologist who popularized this concept, found that when people are in a state of flow, they're less likely to be distracted by negative thoughts or destructive desires, including lust. Brothers, combating lust is a journey of discipline, faith, and purpose. Stay strong, stay vigilant, and stay connected to God. Make sure to like and subscribe so that you can be notified when the next chapter comes out. Also, you can find links to the books I cited in the description.